Hello everyone, I'm Saurabh Gupta and I welcome you to this video series, Scaled Agile Framework with Saurabh. I will take you through three topics, very simple, easy to follow topics related to Scaled Agile Framework in a very concise way in these small episodes. I hope many more episodes will follow soon. So I do request you to please subscribe to this channel for personalized notifications whenever I add a new video. A little bit about myself. I am a certified SAFe program consultant. Been a SAFe consultant in my professional life for the last 5 years or so. Training, mentoring, and coaching people has been my passion. So I do a lot of blogging, and you can visit to my website agileincrement.com to read more about my blogs and my opinions on Scaled Agile and Agile methodologies. Well, this video series is created with a very simple objective. We all should learn a small bit every day and keep making progress. So let's see what's in store for today's topics. Today we will discuss these three topics, the safe big picture, uh, their configurations, different configurations that are available in the Scaled Agile framework. And also we will focus a little bit about the Scaled Agile implementation roadmap, which is a very, very interesting and important aspect for anyone who wants to practice or implement Scaled Agile in their organizations. So let's get started. The safe big picture. Now, this is a diagram that anyone who listens about safe or imagines about safe views the very first time. So it might be a very scary diagram for some people, but you have to understand that this diagram is the big picture, right? So you necessarily don't use everything from this big picture in an organization. So one thing to remember, the Scaled Agile framework is for enterprises. So when I say enterprises, organizations which have more than 100 people working together on a development stream of work, you can call it a very good um, probable candidate for SAFE. So it's not just for the development team, but it's a methodology for the whole organization. Now, this is an easy reference to the entire Scaled Agile framework that you can think of. So this is SAFe version 4.6 right in front of you. So this is a one big resource in its own. So you don't really have to go somewhere else to learn about SAFe. The diagram and all the words on the diagram, these little diagrams, all of these are clickable. So these are your navigation tools to read about a topic. So you just move your mouse to a topic you want to read, click on it, and it takes you to a detailed page of what it means, what are the details, etc. So you can keep doing that, and it makes the whole framework so easy to navigate, right? So I personally like this a lot because it makes it so easy for a reader, right? So if you notice, there is this main part of the diagram, and then you have these little palettes all around it. So just to understand that there are four configurations in these levels, and I will be covering the configurations in the second topic for today. But you have to notice that this is something related to team, the program, large solution, and portfolio, and this makes the full configuration of SAFe. Now there are palettes on the left which are talking about what matrices we should capture, what are the shared services, what is the importance of communities of practice, different roadmaps, vision, system team, etc. So these are the palettes which actually span across the different levels. So depending on their usage, you can just drag and drop these palette items to any of these levels. So they span across the four levels of SAFe. You also have palettes on the bottom which actually explain about the core values and other stuff. So there are five core competencies as well. Um, the lean agile leadership is in the center. and the other four are on each level. So this setup signifies that without leadership support, the whole idea is unsustainable. So the palettes, they are for a specific usage, which I will be explaining in upcoming videos. But this diagram is very important because it shows the roles at each level and how they also scale from the team level till the portfolio or the large solution level. Now, let's discuss about different configurations of Scaled Agile framework. Okay, so as I was talking before, there are four Scaled Agile configurations available: Essential, Safe, Large Solution, Portfolio, and Full Safe. Um, Essential Safe is the simplest versus the Full Safe is the full-blown framework for an enterprise. Now, for an average complexity enterprise, portfolio level safe is more than enough. I don't believe that you will need anything which is a full safe uh, that or a large solution safe, which are used because these two are used to develop cyber physical systems, which are really massive at scale. So imagine someone who's building a spaceship or someone who's building a fighter aircraft, right? Or someone building a driverless car. So these are the examples of a cyber physical system. Now, essential, we are basically focused today on essential safe. Why? Because it covers both the team and the program levels, right? So if we focus only on the essential configuration of the safe, it really covers what 80% of enterprises need at the very beginning. So agile teams are here. You get your different roles, which you see in a usual Scrum team, like your Scrum Master, your product owner, your development team, and then you can choose between a Scrum-based approach or a Kanban-based approach. You can do your PDCA cycles inside. You can talk about your program increment. You can do program increment plannings. You have inspect and adapt sessions. You have the IP, which is the innovation and planning iteration. And then you can start going throughout this whole journey. Now, the innovation and planning iteration occurs every program increment, right? So it serves a really important purpose because it acts as an estimating buffer for meeting PI objectives. And it also provides dedicated time for innovation, continuing education, PI planning, and inspect and adapt events. Okay. Now, what you see on the program level here is a scaled version of the same thing. So the Scrum Master becomes an RTE. So it scales up. The product owner role scales up to product management role. And similarly, you get additional people coming in, which is the system architect who who basically comes in and makes the whole program level complete. You get participation from business owners, you get your PI objectives every 5 sprints, and you also can see that there is an agile release train which is continuously exploring, integrating, and deploying, and then releasing on demand. So this configuration level is really the most basic and the most useful configuration level that you could find. It is supported then by DevOps and by building the quality in to the cross-functional feature teams, or sometimes called the agile train. Now, the last topic for today. Let's talk about the implementation roadmap. Okay, safe implementation roadmap. This is the backbone of how an organization transforms. Now, this is a series of steps that have been introduced in the same framework, which an organization has to go through if they really have to transform themselves. So we start on the left when the organization is really waterfall or is implementing ad hoc agile, and then it reaches the tipping point and they decide to go safe. If that happens, the first step for any SPC is that they should go and identify the lean agile change agents. Now, these are the people who are basically sitting on the management level, and they are the ones who will be providing you with all the support necessary that you need to transform the overall organization. And remember, we are not talking about transforming only the development team here. We are talking about transforming the entire organization. We are talking about PMO, we are talking about HR, we are talking about development, hiring, the way you appraise people, the way you give them salary hikes, everything. So I'm not asking you to do change everything on day one, but this is what a whole transformation means, that the organization, actually the whole organization iterates, the whole enterprise iterates on a set cadence. So this is a roadmap that actually explains how do you identify your lean agile change agents, how do you train them, right? And then how do you train a level below them, how do you train your executives and managers and leaders who are going to lead these teams, and they together make a lean agile center of excellence, and they become the guiding coalition for the entire organization. Then you go on to the journey and then you identify your value streams. So you actually do your value stream mapping. You identify your agile release trains, how many trains I need. It depends on whether all teams are geolocated, are they located in different parts of the world. So this could have an impact on the way you actually identify your value streams and your ARTs. Now then you prepare for the art launch and then you finally launch the art. Then how do you coach them? How do you launch more arts? So this is a series of 12 articles that you can find on the Scaled Agile framework. And when you go through these articles, you learn how a SPC can actually help you in implementing the entire scaled agile framework in an organization. It's really important for an RTE as well, because an RTE can really play a critical role in making this transformation success story. So before you realize SAFE's rewards, you must understand that organizations must embrace a lean agile mindset, and they should also understand and apply these lean agile principles. It's not about just an executive saying, yeah, fine, that's fine, I understand it. No, they just don't just have to understand it, they have to still apply it. So this is, in a nutshell, the overall implementation roadmap, which is very, very important from a scale agile perspective. With this, we come to the end of today's episode in this series. I really do hope that you are liking these episodes. So please do keep your feedback coming. Um, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your comments down below if you think that I should cover some other topics which faster than essential. And I will try and respond back and cater to your needs. Once again, thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Have a good day.